boxing news.
Okay, and now it's time for another installment of what is fast becoming the most popular segment here on the channel, Ring IQ Hate Mail. My previous video detailing Vergil Ortiz ducking Jaron Ennis and the exorbitant purse demands they're making to do so, a guy who goes by the name Little Mac Tyson's Punch-Out said, the current biggest fight in boxing and tennis too much? Get the fuck out of here.
Said it's the biggest fight in boxing.
Motherfuckers sound like Sloth in the Goonies. When Boots wins, according to fangirls, he will not be the next superstar in boxing, but 10 is too much.
I'll tell you what, Little Mac. If 10 makes so much sense for this fight, why isn't Oscar putting it up?
Why?
I mean, if Vergil Ortiz is good for $10 million, like Rick Mirrigan says, then let his own promoter put it up. Let Matchroom put up the money for Boots, and let Golden Boy put up the money for Vergil, instead of expecting Matchroom to do both.
Why are the people at Golden Boy expecting Matchroom to do everything, and they don't have to do anything?
The fuck, are they broke or something? Did Oscar blow the budget on Booger Sugar? Oscar don't got a lot of stars, a lot of A-listers. All he's got in terms of an A-list fighter, and I say that tenuously, is Ryan Garcia, and he didn't even have to pay Ryan. For Ryan's last fight, Turkey did that. So,
The Times Square show, Turkey's the one that paid Ryan, not Golden Boy.
Turkey's the one that paid Ryan, he's the one that paid Arnold, he's the one who paid Jose.
Not Golden Boy. So take the money you made that you skimmed off the top from their purses and whatever you got in the budget and pay it out. Pay it out to your fighter, since he's a $10 million fighter.
Right.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Problem solved.
If 10 million really were the nature of the problem, except that it isn't. That's just the smokescreen. Oscar knows it, the boxing fans know it, and so does this fucking idiot.
I feel like an idiot myself, wasting good logic on illogical people that make all their decisions based on commonalities.
Huh?
The only reason this fucking midget is going up to bat for Vergil Ortiz is because they share a common ancestry. It's always the same shit from the same people. They greenlight whatever so-and-so's got to say, whatever so-and-so is doing for no other reason than what they got in common, expecting the rest of us to give a fuck.
Hey, stupid. If you think this is the biggest fight in boxing and so does Oscar, why don't Oscar just put the money up? If it's the biggest fight in boxing, Vergil is good for it. You'll get it back and then some. Why are you waiting around on Eddie to finance the biggest fight in boxing?
Is Eddie the only promoter involved? Ain't Oscar De La Hoya a promoter? Isn't it Golden Boy Promotions? So promote your boy, Golden Boy.
Strapped for cash? You need Eddie and Matchroom to pay him? What the fuck is going on? It's not the biggest fight in boxing. Maybe it's one of the bigger fights in the junior middleweight division. It's big there, but in a general sense, no, it's not that big. You watched Vergil beat a guy everybody expected him to beat, myself included.
Now you're his publicist. Now you're his best friend. Now you're his biggest fan, right?
Right, because you're a childish idiot. A childish fucking idiot. But it's a legitimate question. If it's as big as you say, Oscar shouldn't have no problem finding the money to give to Vergil. That is his promoter after all. Why is Rick asking the other guy's promoter for the money? And why are people pretending that Matchroom are the only ones that want to get this fight done? Are you hard of hearing or something, you stupid?
It's actually DAZN pushing them to fight since both promoters and both fighters are on the platform. Common sense.
The fuck do you mean common? It's more common to bump into idiots like this than anybody that has any common sense.
You're using too much logic on an immature person. Can't you tell by the number of emojis he used? That this is either a child or an adult with a childlike brain, having a childlike reaction.
Can't waste good logic on illogical people.
What do you do then?
You tell him to get off of fucking Vergil's dick. I don't even like Boots that much, but I don't have to see that Vergil is ducking him.
Get off his dick, man.
Asabache, a friend of the channel, he too is making excuses for Vergil Ortiz to avoid this fight, saying Oscar shouldn't bow down to DAZN. If he wants to make Spence versus Ortiz next, I trust that his many years of big-time promoting and superstar building will prove him correct.
Oh, well, that changes everything.
Spence versus Ortiz at Cowboy Stadium will be big and further solidify Ortiz as the A-side versus Ennis.
If he's the A-side versus Ennis, why is Golden Boy asking Matchroom for money?
Did you think about what you said before you wrote it? Further solidify Ortiz as the A-side over Ennis. Further. What, because you think he's the A-side over him already? Then how come Boots Ennis sells more tickets than Vergil? If If Vergil's already the A-side over Boots Ennis, that's all the more reason for Oscar to pony up the money. Not Eddie, not Matchroom.
Are you a boxing fan or a boxing manager?
No, he's a fanager. He's a fanager who thinks he's saying something smart. See, to a boxing fan don't give a fuck about Golden Boy Promotions' business, or Matchroom's business for that matter. Boxing fan is gonna care about the fight itself. That will be their area of focus, not what makes Vergil more money or what makes Oscar more money.
Fucking fanagers, man. The sport in America is rife with fanagers. You don't see this in the Aussie boxing scene, or the UK boxing scene, or the Asian boxing scene. Boxing scenes that are actually more bubbling and bustling than boxing in America is right now. This shit is the nature of the problem. Are you a boxing fan or a boxing manager? You're a hybrid. You're a boxing fanager.
Like all those guys who were justifying Javante skipping out on Lamont to box Jake Paul instead, just to not box Jake Paul. Got it all figured out, huh? Except your evaluation of this situation relies on the presupposition that boxing fans have any more time to waste on boxing. In case you haven't realized, boxing is becoming increasingly more expensive to watch. Boxing fans, at least in the United States, are growing less and less interested. The audience is shrinking.
You think they got 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 years to waste our fucking time?
They don't.
All the major networks are gone, Asabache.
They left.
They all pulled out. They all walked away from boxing, and it's not because boxing has people's time to waste. It wasted enough of it to the point where no broadcasters are showing boxing now.
Save DAZN, that really isn't a broadcaster so much as a streaming platform. I think you have too much stock in what's supposed to be Oscar De La Hoya's expertise. The expertise that caused Sinicia Estrada to leave him, Jaime Munguia to leave him more famously, Canelo Alvarez. That expertise?
Ryan's trying to leave too, but his contract is still active, so he can't. But is that the expertise that you're referring to? You're pouring sugar on shit. You're trying to present a potential Spence fight as anything other than a brazen cherry pick. You want to justify it behind the business of boxing bullshit. That's the bullshit that's caused boxing to shrink.
No, that's the shit that people are tired of, Alexis.
I'm sick and fucking tired of these duck moves behind the business of boxing. It's just a fucking duck, man. That's all. That's it. Anybody looking at a guy that ain't boxing close to 3 years and got beaten within an inch of his life in his last fight,
Instead of the guy that was in front of you on Saturday.
it's just a fucking duck. Stop trying to intellectualize it.
Overthinking it so you can seem like you're ahead of the curve.
It's just a fucking duck.
Don't try to present it as anything else. And don't try to present your own personal preferences as anything else. You like Oscar more than you like Eddie. You like Vergil more than you like Boots. And that is the real premise for everything you're saying. It's not wisdom. It's not business.
You know that I don't like either of them? I'm not even all that pressed about this fight, to be honest with you, so much as it's a hot topic. To me, there ain't no A-side in Boots versus Ortiz. Not yet. They're on equal footing, as far as I'm concerned. But those are the kind of fights Oscar don't like to make.
I look across the pond, I look at those fucking Brits, you know? Fraser Clark versus Fabio Wortley. Fabio Wortley versus David Adilier.
Unbeaten fighters. They was all unbeaten fighters.
Don't hit me with the fucking business of boxing bullshit. Anthony Joshua, going into the Dillian White fight, when they were both unbeaten, was worth more, all by himself, than Boots Ennis and Vergil Ortiz together. And that didn't stop him from fighting a live animal.
Americans are always looking for an excuse for their dysfunctional, stupid bullshit.
It's just fucking bullshit.
Look across the pond. It's fucking Brits. Unbeaten Denzel Bentley versus unbeaten Felix Cash. And that boxing scene over there is a lot more fertile right now. A lot more responsive than this one is. So maybe it's because they ain't gotta wait a year and a day for two solid fighters to come together and make a solid fight.
It's just entertainment, Alexis. People don't want to wait forever, and they're not going to. That's why the audience is shrinking. In tandem with rising costs and a lack of interest, boxing really ain't what it used to be in this country. And what you're promoting is more of the same shit that got it there.
I think you're saying something smart. Oh, 'cause Oscar, in all his fucking expertise, and Vergil is the A-side. Buddy, do you want to see a fight or do you want to see a fight?
What is with all these fucking boxing fans that fancy themselves managers? These fucking managers. Do you want to see them fight or not?
He doesn't want to see them fight because he's scared he's going to lose.
He's scared Vergil Ortiz is going to lose.
Yeah, like he was scared Tyson Fury was going to lose to the Ukrainian.
He only backed Tyson Fury because he likes Fury's promoter more than the Ukrainians. That was his logic in that shit, and he devised all sorts of elaborate explanations behind it, but that was the base.
Wow, that turned out to be a lot of bullshit.
How soon or how much longer do you want Vergil to take a break and get back into the ring?
Well, we've had a long camp.
Yeah.
I've had a little boy, a baby boy in August, so we actually went in camp a month and something earlier. So it's been a long camp, and not only that, but we still got to check his hands because he still hurts his hands. So we got to check his hands still. We'll see how we'll go from there.
You notice how Vergil's father averted his gaze, averted his eyes when talking about Vergil's hands. Oh, his hands. Something's wrong with his hands.
No.
What did I tell you? What the fuck did I tell you? Don't be surprised if after the Lubin fight, even if Vergil wins, they start talking about some kind of injury. Oh, Vergil stepped on a Lego. He's got a hangnail.
A bunion.
Upset stomach, drink Pepto-Bismol.
Pepto-Bismol.
I understand something. A lot of the pressure to make this fight isn't actually coming from Matchroom or Eddie Hearn. It's coming from DAZN. It's coming from the platform itself. And one way that you can circumvent that pressure is to claim that Vergil is injured.
No, he can't fight. He hurt his ass.
He burned it eating Chipotle. I'm sorry, but Vergil is not available at this time. Boots is gonna have to fight somebody else. Remember that Boots ain't is mandatory and nothing like that. This is not a fight that one of the alphabets ordered to where you have to produce medical documentation to get out of it. You don't gotta do that.
Not for this fight. They can say whatever they want.
Oh, Vergil's got tennis elbow.
He's got athlete's foot on his face. Face.
What did I say before the fight? These Golden Boy Promotions fighters always seem to get injured or fall ill at the most convenient times. So I'm not at all surprised that Vergil's father is now talking about Vergil's hands and he's got to get his hands checked, his hands hurt. I mean, you can see that they are already non-committal to the Boots fight. They're already non-committal, but if nothing else, the one thing that can keep a guy out of a fight is an injury, and there's little to nothing that DAZN can do about that so that Boots can get back out there, get back in the market for a new opponent. That's what Golden Boy wants.
To get the pressure off of Vergil. The pressure from the fans, the pressure from the platform.
He disappears for a few weeks because he hurt his pinky nail, he hurt his finger, he hurt his,
He's got a bad case of tennis elbow on his chest.
dog ate his prescription pills. It's always something. It is always something with these guys.
I don't think you want to fight right now. No, I don't think because I'm looking at all the stuff coming up on the Instagram and all that stuff. Like you want to fight Spence. Spence, what did he say? He want to fight Spence. He didn't want to fight Boots at that time. So I don't know what they're doing. I mean, I just hope they make the fight. That's all I can say. But yeah, we're not 100% sure that Vergil going to take the fight. You know what I mean? If not, we're just going to move on. We're going to move on to, what's that? Fandor, another good fighter. He got the title. Who else got the title at that weight? Fandor. I guess the Charlo. Do he still got the title? Yeah, Charlo. I guess whoever's there. Whoever got the titles, we going after.
I don't think they'll get Sebastian Fundora because I think Vergil might end up getting Sebastian Fundora. He is the interim champion to Sebastian's title after all. I don't think that DAZN would approve of Jermell Charlo.
Jermell hasn't boxed in 2 years and he hasn't made junior middle in about 3. And for the kind of money that Jermell would want for a Boots fight, I really don't think it happens. I don't think DAZN would approve it. Now, my previous recommendation to make a Charlo fight, because there might be some value in it, is for Charlo to cross over. Cross from PBC over to Matchroom. Do a tune-up fight en route to a Boots fight that you could do later on next year. That's the only way it works, but doing it straight away...
DAZN is not going to approve that, and they're not going to throw a boatload of money at Jermell Charlo, which, in all likelihood, is what he's looking for. While we can blame Vergil Ortiz and Golden Boy Promotions for the Boots fight not happening, we can blame them. Boots isn't out of the woods. He's not off the hook.
No, he's still on the hook, and he still has to fight somebody good in his next fight because he fought Luis Malima in his last fight.
A few suggestions. Boots currently holds a WBA interim title. Abbas Baru holds the full title. Abbas Baru is going to be unifying titles with Xander Zayas early next year. Boots needs to start angling for the winner of that fight, using his interim title as the leverage. Now, that doesn't guarantee that he gets the winner of that fight. It doesn't.
Depends on who wins. If Xander wins, I'm sorry, Boots, I don't think you get that guy. But if Abbas Baru wins, if he pulls the upset, I think that Boots can get him, and I think that Boots can beat him.
Abbas Baru is a pressure fighter. What did I say in my previous video? Those are the kind of guys that make Boots look good. Kind of guys, he don't gotta chase him, he don't gotta find him, because they spend the fight trying to find him, and all he's gotta do is move and punch. Pick him off, like he picked off David Evanesian, Montes Stenionis, Roman Villa, Luis Malima. More recently, Boots does good against pressure fighters. He can beat Abbas Baru, so that is one suggestion. The other is the winner of Murtazaliev versus Kelly.
Also set to go down early next year. I don't think Matchroom decided to pick up that fight for no reason. They picked it up with Boots Ennis in mind. The winner is a potential opponent for him. The caveat is, whoever wins that fight, if Boots challenges them, he's subject to the rehydration cap.
The IBF rehydration cap, I don't think he wants to subject himself to that again, but if he fights the winner of that fight, he's going to have to. The only time the IBF waives it is if there's more than one alphabet title on the line. And it wouldn't be in that situation, so it is what it is.
Like I said, we can blame Team Ortiz and Golden Boy for sabotaging the Boots fight, but that doesn't leave Boots at liberty to now go fight a bum. Go fight some no-hoper. No, you still gotta fight somebody good in your next fight, because nobody was impressed with the guy you fought in your last fight.
There are only so many champions to go around in the junior middleweight division. 2 of them are set to fight each other. 1 may be available in the not-so-distant future. That's the one you gotta go after.
That's what Vergil's gonna do. I think he's gonna go after Sebastian Fundora to maybe fight him at the end of the first quarter or the beginning of the second. If he gets a title before you, that's leverage.
The only way you can offset it is to get a title of your own. That would put the both of you on equal footing again. It's a race to an alphabet title from what I can see, and we'll see who gets a title first. Will it be Vergil? Will it be Boots?
We'll find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.